Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, life is treating you most wonderfully, okay? So what do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Oh, they're lovely and bright today. I love my little lads. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. Much love to you all as well, my delicious babies. And I hope that you too, wherever you are in the world, are having a super duper wonderful time wherever you are in the world. Now then, so the sun is shining, so the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray, okay? Now it is rather chilly out there, everybody, my delicious little babies. It's dry and the wind's picking up, okay? But it may differ in different parts of the old UK. Now then, so if you do enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe. For others of you, please feel free to leave a comment. It's always welcomed. And finally, if you'd like to share, because sharing is caring. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, let's get into this. So I looked at a video yesterday evening, and it turns out that, it appears that a fire broke out in Bangladesh. Okay, my delicious little babies. So apparently, up to the point that I'd watched anyway, 1,200, God bless their beautiful little souls, God bless them, but 1,200, were homeless, had nowhere to live, okay? It was a large fire that broke out, so we can only send our prayers to Bangladesh, please God, and that they're going to be, there we go, that they're going to be all right, okay? As my dear mother, God bless her beautiful dear soul, I've already said good morning, how I love you so, dear mama. Okay, my dear mother was half Bangladesh, okay? I mean, not that like I'm saying that anywhere else in the world, it's just that, do you understand what I mean? It's a part of my heritage as well, okay? So that's not being disrespectful to anywhere else in the world, okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to say, it seems more and more that Africa, seems to be moving away. Now, really, my video should not get taken down because others speak about Africa, okay? They seem to be wanting to move further and further away, from, shall we say, other parties. Okay, there we go. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I did a video months ago, actually, where, and this was to do with the, the GMO, okay, GMO, which goes into the meat, okay, and what it was talking about in the video, what I was speaking about, and what it was talking about, the video that I'd watched, which I did actually give information on, is that I do believe, was it Kenya? I think it was Kenya, okay, that basically, they didn't want any assistance from, do you understand what I mean? What they wanted to do is just to, to grow their own things and to, do you know what I mean? And really to sell their own things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so it seems to me that we are seeing certain countries, there we go, before I even say it, where things are changing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, right now, it's, there is a lot that's going on behind the curtains. Do you see, there we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So that's what appears to be going on there. But again, I mean, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, you just got to be careful about the meat and everything else that, one is eating, okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to say is that I do believe, I'd actually heard this, that in Asda, because we have, a lot of Asdas in the old UK, okay? Asda, there was selling crickets. You know, there was actually a section for the crickets, okay, you know, for, shall we say, the customers, you know, maybe to purchase, to try. Well, as it turned out, my delicious little babies, yes, as it turns out, well, it went to the clearance part of the store, okay, and the reason why it went to the clearance part of the store is because nobody really fancied eating crickets. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I've been mentioning this, there we go, months ago. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, now, even up until this time, I still speak to some delicious little babies out there who are unaware of this. Okay, so they're not aware. Okay, I even spoke to somebody, what was it, a couple of weeks ago, and I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, and they wasn't even aware that in Asda that there was a section for crickets. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so of course, as we very well know, you know, the putrid, you know, trying to, do you see what I mean, get us to eat these bugs. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. When, of course, you know, for decades and decades, you know, we've known, well, you know, whatever our definition of normal is, but we've known normal foods like, you know, fruits, vegetables, you know, for meat eaters, eating meat, fish, for fish eaters, and, you know, various different things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but of course, you know, when it comes to, you know, again, forcing it onto populations, because this is not just happening in our neck of the woods in the old UK, my delicious little babies, this is happening globally. Yes, okay, and it always seems to start from our old China. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because that's actually originally where I'd seen a video, in fact, a couple of videos actually, okay? Now, the thing is this. So, I also want to get on to, you know, because I just want to say everything while it's in my old noddle, really, my delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? Well, you see, the thing is, it appears, you know, and again, you know, very sadly, I mean, I haven't known that there are a lot of, sorry, delicious little babies, I should imagine even on my road, who even know about these Hancock messages, okay? In fact, I actually spoke to a couple of my delicious little neighbours up the road. Oh, they're so lovely and delicious, okay? And they never knew nothing about it. Well, of course, you know, they do not read the newspapers. Plus, well, mind you, it's a rarity that I would ever read a newspaper because it usually has so much flipping shite in it. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. But they was not aware of what I told them, you know, about Hancock and one of the messages, you know, which seems to be highlighted everywhere all over the internet, that, you know, that he just wanted to scare the pants off everybody in the old UK. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. So, and of course they was not aware of this. Do you see what I'm saying? So it seems very much to me that it only goes into certain newspapers, it seems. Because, I mean, I've only heard about that it went into one newspaper. I haven't heard about any others. So one must ask themselves the question, why is this happening? Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, you know, why? That's the question that we're asking. Do you see? Okay, because really, everybody should know about this, but it seems that the only delicious little babies who do seem to know about it are the ones who, God bless us all, who follow things. Do you see? Okay, because I'm pretty sure, and I said on my video yesterday that, you know, if delicious little babies out there, you know, it would be very interesting to hear and to see what their thoughts are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So we're still hearing about this, which of course, you know, I said on my video yesterday, and I'm going to repeat it again today, that none of this shocked me at all. And of course, you know, the thing is, we have to look at my delicious and wonderful little babies out there, yes? why all of these things are coming out. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Now then, something else I want to say, so that's just come to me. When I was giving out information previously on my videos, because like I've said, you know, it would have to be something super duper 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 mighty important for me to mention now, because I just feel that I've done enough. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, and I've done it, you know, I feel from the heart. Do you understand what I mean? It's just I just wanted to give out the information, okay? So I will never regret giving out any information, you know, of what sites to go on about anybody. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's just what I wanted to do, okay? And I was rather happy doing it, okay? But I noticed on a few things that and I woke up with this in my old noddle this morning, that when I was mentioning, you know, like certain things on, you know, in my book, okay, that what happened was, you know, it seemed that, you know, instead of putting 23, you know, as in 2023, I was putting 2028 on a couple of things. One was to do with the politicians. Okay, protests. Okay, now, you know, all I'm saying is, so I'm just leaving that on my video. At the end of the day, there is something, I don't know why, there was just on a couple that's, do you know what I mean? That's the type, it wasn't 3, it was 2, sorry. That I just put 28 instead of, you know, when I was writing down a date. You know what I mean? So it's 2028 rather than 2023 for some reason, okay? Now then, so, we have got, shall we say, you see, there does need to be a rise up. Yes, there does, okay, to do with, you know, all of these different situations that appear to be going on, you know, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, plus in, you know, other parts of the world, okay? But it seems that our putrid councils and our putrid politicians, okay, there we go, are still, you know, it's like they're really, really wanting to force, you know, all of these things onto us, okay? And please, everybody, please do not forget, under any circumstances, about these digital IDs and everything else, okay? Because if they was to be allowed to get away with such things, yes, well, you know, we're in flipping Shite Street. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So we're up the creek without a paddle, basically, okay? So we must really understand this and get this into our old noddles as quickly as flipping possible, okay? Because what the general idea is that we want to keep cash flowing. I keep saying this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. I mean, you know, why should they, right, know what everybody's doing? Do you see what I mean? And then say if you had the digital ID, I'm going to repeat it once again, and you got to a till, you know, and they, you know, decide that that you've had too much meat or you've had too much vegetables, or it could be anything, alcohol, ciggies, anything, and they could simply just decline. Do you know what I mean? Your credits. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, this is very serious, my delicious little babies, yes? And again, there still needs to be more. There we are. There still needs to be more knowing about this. Do you see what I'm saying? Now then, so that's that. Now let's get on to these migrants and the boats, okay? So, you know, the old birds, okay? Now, there seems to be a thing here. Now, we have to look in between the lines here, right? So you've got, which I've been saying over the months, okay? So you've been getting these men coming over, young men, you know, young, fit, not in that way, my delicious little babies. What I mean is that for fitness-wise, okay, you know, who seem to be, being put up in hotels and various other places. Then, of course, you know, you've got landlords, and in our neck of the woods in the old UK, I'd like to add my delicious little babies, yes, where they are being approached by our putrid governments and councils, yes, okay, you know, to evict their existing tenants so that they can move others in, okay? This has been going on, there we are, for a while now, okay? Yes, okay? And I mean, I even watched her yesterday evening in Ireland. God bless the dear gentleman, okay? He had his landlord just, was reading out a piece of paper, okay? Reading out his piece of paper. He was rather shaking, actually, when he was reading it out, yes? And he wanted the tenant out of the property. Now, there was no discussion, no reason why, and the dear gentleman was asking the reason why. In fact, they were even unscrewing the number 3 on his door. Number 3, very important. Unscrewing the number 3. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. So, of course, when we're hearing all this with the putrid governments, and they are flipping putrid, right? Well, you see, one has to ask themselves a question, don't they? So it's almost as if, they're saying, oh, yes, we're going to stop this and we're going to stop doing this and that, yes? Okay? Well, at the end of the day, let's just get this straight now. You see, they've been needing, it seems, so many. That's how I'm seeing it, my delicious little babies, yes? They're needing so many, okay? Because, as we very well know, and it has come to light, and I've been saying over months, you needed to see what the reason was other than the obvious. Do you see what I mean? So at the end of the day, this is to do with military. Do you see? Because they're certainly not here for the goodness of their health. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Okay? So we just have to, but you see, our putrid governments, right? You see what they're trying to do at the moment, and a lot of it, my delicious little babies, and this is what I've been getting across for so many flipping months. What's happening is, in different videos that I've been doing, okay, is that, you see, they're trying to pass, there we are, I'm all cold here, they're trying to pass laws time and time again and find sneaky, because they're lower than a snake's belly, right? Like slithery little flipping snakes in the grass, right? To pass laws, right? That at the end of the day, that they're really not allowed to do. Okay? So that's why you're finding that we're having things, like, where they're saying, and then of course, because, I'm not one for flipping law and all that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, because I simply do not know all the ins and outs of the law, okay? But it's like, they try and pass legislation here and, do you see what I mean? And do all these things, yes? Well, at the end of the day, the fact is that we just simply do not want it, my delicious little babies, and neither does anybody else in any of their countries. None of us wants this shite, okay? Now, I've said before, and I'm saying again, they're trying to speed everything along at a very rapid rate. Okay, and we need to do something about this. Now, of course, the mayors in all of our different, cities and different places, yes? I mean, what gives them the right, okay? And it's true, because I've been following as much as what I can follow, my delicious little babies, yes? I mean, to say, oh, and it's an experiment and all this, it's a crock of shite, the whole lot is, my delicious little babies. And when others, I'm not talking about the delicious little babies out there who know, I'm talking about the delicious little babies out there who do not know, when they understand, ding, ding, dong, dong, hello, what is going on here? Okay, my delicious little babies, yes, because this is what's going on. So what we're having now, we're having loads of different distractions. There we go. It's like they're coming at us. They're throwing everything at us, including the flipping kitchen sink. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and something else I want to talk about now. I mean, some may have the same view and others may not have the same view. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Okay? Now, something else I'd like to discuss. I mean, they keep talking about, and then this lab leaking, that's come out of China and all these things. Let's just get this straight. Okay, now we need to get this straight, okay? What it was and still is with what's going on in some, God bless their beautiful dear souls, in their old noddles, right? They still see things as a pandemic when it's a pandemic, sorry, yes? Right? Now the thing is a flipping common cold. That's what it is, right? So this lab business here, there and everywhere, right, is a flipping crock of shite. But I will say this, in Ukraine, right, which I did mention on another one of my videos, right, at the end of the day, they had labs there, right, but for other things, yes, there we are, right, but for other things, right? So my point is, and not only that, but for decades and decades, right, and I'm going to be straight with you now, my delicious little babies, yes, for decades and decades, they've been experimenting on this, experimenting on that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, yes, see? And so all it is, they're just bringing out a new crock of shite, okay? What they're trying to do is just cover up the fact that it was a blooming common cold. There we are, right? It's a blooming common cold, right? But it was a way that a lot of the rich, that they could make their ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change, when everybody else was having really serious situations out here globally. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they got no skin on their face, okay? So at the end of the day, once everybody understands that, we're all on the same song sheet here, okay? But what I'm saying is that I'm seeing at the moment, and you see videos and you hear things and you read things, which I usually go on DuckDuckGo for, right? And there seems to be too many parties, party this, party that, party the other. They're all as one. And this is what everybody's got to understand here, my delicious little babies, okay? So it doesn't matter how this rocks and rolls, okay? Whether they call it a party, whether they call it a project, whether they call it whatever they call it, right? The fact, there we go. The fact of the matter is, it still amounts to the same, okay? Because once it gets to the old, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, once it gets to the old parliament, right, and once you're in there, well, who's paying you? Who's paying the wages? This is what I'm saying, okay? So this is what everybody's got to understand here, yes? Now then, there's been another derailment in Ohio, okay? So it seems very much to me that there seems to be an awful lot going on here, doesn't there? Okay, now I've been following things for quite a while. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But make no mistake, and God bless the beautiful dear, Ohioans, yes, that at the end of the day, you see, I knew what was going on here, right? You create something, yes, and then you tell everyone, it was happening here. I said months ago on one of my videos, right? When was it? It's got to be a few years back now, yes? And they've done it over time, over years, yes? That what they do, and they seem to do it to like in the countryside and places like that in our neck of the woods in the old UK, right? Then all of a sudden there'll be floods, okay? I've done another video on this. There's been floods, right? So it wasn't like where it was chemicals dropped. Do you see what I mean? It was floods, right? Now, and I wouldn't mind. I think there was one place where I think it happened 2 or 3 times, yes? And who turned up? The flipping putrid flipping Charlie, flipping Prince of flipping Wales. Well, he's no flipping prince to me. He's no nothing, and he certainly won't be no flipping king to me, right? Should boot them all flipping out, right? Get rid of them, scum, right? But they're there, aren't they? So they know fully well. And I'm going to repeat it again, it's all for the flipping WEF, World Economic Forum. So let's get that straight now. So when others are going to be getting their little flags, and I've always said, I cannot stand flags. Do you know what I mean? It's like a flag for here, a flag for there, a flag for the other. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? To me, it's all just a flipping crock of shite. That's just my feelings and views on things, my delicious little babies. Yes, but they kept flooding them. That hoping that in the end, and this was businesses, this was homes, yes, everything, man and woman's homes, yes, and they were flooding the land and things like this, yes. Now, at the end of the day, in the hope that they push them out. Because what it is, what we're dealing with is like a mafia. It is a mafia, and what it is, they're thieving little flipping tea leaves, toe rags is what they are. Okay, and they just want everyone's land. What about the 1 year? I'll tell you what, I could have flipping cried when I seen that. The 1 year in Australia, right? And what did they do? You had all these cows. Gosh, it was so, God bless the beautiful dear little cows. It was so sorrowful and upsetting to watch, okay? All these little cows and they couldn't get any water. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's flipping wicked and putrid, so they did the opposite there, so that the beautiful little cows couldn't get any water or get anything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then, of course, we've got in, so again, I'm not going to be able to mention, begins with a C and ends with an A, okay? Now, look what's going on there. Look how many young little bairns are passing away. When at the end of the day, they should not be passing away, my delicious little babies. You only have to go onto other sites. And please, if you do not know what sites, please look at my previous discussions on my videos or go on to somebody else's video and have a look on there. Okay, so that you can be given, you know, pointers of, of where to look. You know, all of this is very flipping damn well flipping serious indeed. What is going on? So when they're doing all these different distractions with everything else, because I can see what they're flipping doing, I've seen long time what they're doing. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, what it is, they're trying to do something else. And this is all over the world. This is not just in our neck of the woods in the old UK. This is globally. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, but I'm still going to say the same. You see, at the end of the day, the way I'm seeing things right now, okay, and I've been saying this long time, right? We're going to wake up one morning, right, and flipping all hell's going to flipping break, there we go, and all flipping hell's going to break loose, and that's not swearing, okay? Because it's just going to go flipping off the charts. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? Because there we are, because at the end of the day, these putrid cannot just keep pushing through what they deem fit to push through. No, they flipping well cannot. I mean, how dare they, feel that they can take it upon themselves to run our lives? I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, they've done enough flipping damage as it is. There we go, over the flipping decades. Well, enough is enough now. And it just seems to me, like when I look at other countries, right, I'm not being nasty. I'm just speaking the truth. Dear God, Jesus Christ, I haven't done that for a while. Our dear Creator loves the truth. You know, it seems to me you've got other countries who are standing up, doing things, yes? And then you've got the flipping our old UK, right? Okay, yes, we've got somewhere there's protests and things like that. But it just does not seem to me as though a lot is flipping damn well getting done. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? It's the whole lot's flipping bonkers and crazy. Do you see? I mean, where's the will? Where's the will to do you know what I mean? To get things done. There we go. Where's the will to get things done? I'm sick of hearing about the party this, the party that, the project this and all this business. I'm sick and tired of flipping hearing it. Do you know what I mean? What everybody should be doing is flipping going straight down to flipping number 10 and getting this flipping sorted out, what flipping good and proper and once and for all is what they should be doing, and telling them no, 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 no. Do you say? I mean, because they're going to continue, and they are doing it, to destroy small businesses, medium-sized businesses, anything that's not attached to them, they want to destroy. Do you see what I mean? That they cannot get the flipping, like a snake, wrap themselves around. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so it's still going on. There's still so much hardship, poverty, homelessness, when none of this should be happening. And you've got others sitting, eating full and plenty, stuffing their bird traces. Do you know what I mean? Still laughing at us. I mean, we should get justice for what has gone on, for what has taken place with the lockdowns, with what has taken place. Do you know what I mean? When they go on flipping national television and they're flipping... do you know what I mean? Laugh the flipping socks off and lie through the effing teeth. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Okay, and of course still wanting to get rid of cars. I mean, I've said months ago on one of my videos, I mean, we got plenty in our own country. We've got all our resources in our own country. Do you see? It's like they just want to take, and it's the same with the Ukraine war now. It's just they just want to take because they feel that it's theirs, just like they want to rule us. They feel that, you know, that we are theirs. Well, this has got to end, and it's got to end very, very, very flipping soon. Because this is well out of hand now, well out of flipping hand. Do you know what I mean? Yes? And who's going to help those who are, God bless them, who are injured from the old jabs? Who's going to help them? Do you see what I mean? Because for many, they cannot. Oh, and what about the dear, beautiful families? I mean, and their beautiful souls who are injured, God bless them. But, you know, the beautiful families who have lost their beautiful, dear loved ones. You know, there needs to be justice here. Do you see what I mean? And they're doing everything they can not to do this flipping Nuremberg too. Yes, they're doing everything in the power. So now it is up to us. It is up to us. It is only us who can do this, to put an end to this. I keep saying it, everybody, my delicious little babies, and so do others, until we're blue in the face. You know, we just keep, you know, we feel like stuck records, repeating Peter the Parrot, repeat. Do you know what I mean? Others should put their fears aside, right, and say, you know what, we're going to get something done about this. And we're going to put an end to this shite because it cannot continue. And of course, they create all these things. They create everything. They create, you know, the train crashes. They create with the earthquakes. They create, everything. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. And there's still pilots, by the way, my delicious little babies. So just to let you know, okay, there are still pilots. God bless them. Okay, who are passing away, and things happening, there we go, up in the air and on ground. Okay, so, you know, for those of us delicious little babies who know, but for other delicious little babies, you know, and whatever videos you get, whatever you watch, whatever site, please, you know, with those videos, pass them on to make others aware. Do you see what I mean? We do have rights. We do have our say. But, you know, but it can only work when we all come together. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what difference this, what difference that. It doesn't matter this is flipping to do with what their bloody name does. Our flipping humanity. Okay, and not only that, but for our future generations to thrive and prosper, and beautiful little and large animals, beautiful little and large little birdies, and beautiful little creatures, great and small, for everything. You know, and then of course they keep knocking trees down. There we go, they keep doing this. Do you see what I mean? Everywhere you look at it and you think, oh, that looks bare, and then they've got rid of something else. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? And please, I'm going to repeat it once more. Do not believe in this all flipping, give in to this flipping, poxy flipping climate change. It's a crock of shite. And even that flipping Greta Thunberg, the one who the flipping got, you know, to front it, to flipping promote this shite. Do you see what I mean? Even she admitted herself a long time, even a couple of years ago, it's a crock of shite. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And finally, I've heard that just have one more sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. And that's the end of the video. And thank you so very much for those of you who even take the time to listen to me, my delicious little babies. Thank you. And finally, I've heard, mind you, this was days ago now, there's apparently that our Andrew Tate has got cancer. Okay, so I'm not sure why this story's circling, my delicious little babies, okay? But I'll be extremely surprised if he has. But then apparently there was some calls that Dubai or something wanted him to go over there. Okay? Anyway, I read in between the lines. There we go. I read in between the lines with things, yes? But I'd be very surprised. So if I had to say, I'd say no, he doesn't. Okay? That's just me. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not right all the time. Nobody is. But, you know, we would sincerely hope that he hasn't got any such disease. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? But of course himself, God bless him. God bless his brother Tristan. God bless Julian Assange. You know, God bless them all, and may they all be released, you know, as quickly as possible. God bless them all, yes. But of course, all been flipping wrongly imprisoned, okay? And of course, they all have something in common, because they speak the flipping mind and they tell the truth, which is what those and the putrid little lackeys do not like. Do you see what I'm saying? But we must still say our prayers for them all. Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, so that's my video. So, wishing you a beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Please continue to smile, my delicious babies, even though, you know, we are going through some very, very turbulent and difficult, there we go, times in the world right now, okay? Please take care of yourselves, and please could you take care of others, okay? Even if you give just a listening ear, okay? It's very important, okay? Sometimes ones just need somebody to talk to, okay? And listening and giving advice does not cost anything. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, until my next video, please continue to feel the love, okay? Please give a tap on the back, shake the old hand, okay? Or a big juicy hug to some family members, some friends, some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're wonderful, beautiful, juicy and delish, and that you love them so. Okay, now until my next video, God bless my babies. Take care, much love. Thank you. Goodbye.